Hello students, welcome to the English class. Today we will discuss the sixth chapter of your book Footprints Without Feet, and the name of the lesson is The Making of a Scientist. Students, The Making of Scientist is a story about a scientist, Richard E. Bright, who received many prestigious awards for his great contribution in the field of science. The author of the chapter, Robert W. Peterson, was an American newspaper writer who later became a freelance author of articles and books. The Making of a Scientist is a story about the leading scientist Richard E. Bright. He was a curious child right from the beginning years of his life. He had started collecting butterflies in his childhood, and by the time he is in second grade, he had already gathered all the 25 species found in his hometown. Also, he collected coins, fossils, and rocks. So, Richard E. Bright was having the liking for collection of things. Therefore, he had collected coins, fossils, rocks, and all the 25 species of the butterflies which were available in his hometown. One day, his mother gave him a book named The Travel of Monarch Axe. This book has been a turning point in life and introduced him to the world of science. He experienced the real life science in country science fair, and moreover, he understood that to win something he needs to do something extraordinary. So, E. Bright's mother guided him and helped him learn. So, she bought all the scientific equipments he required for his experiments, and she gave him a book called The Travel of Monarch Axe, which enhanced his love for science and butterflies. And the book opened little Richard's eyes to a new world of monarch butterflies. He learned many new things about different butterflies. Little Richard bred and raised many monarch butterflies in his own basement, tagged them, and released them in order to study their migration. Later, for his 8th grade, he selected the assignment of finding the cause of viral sickness that killed almost all the monarch caterpillars every year. He thought that the cause for this could be a beetle, so he rose caterpillars with the presence of beetles. So, entering the county science fair was another turning point for Richard E. Bright. He was in 7th grade and had entered slides of frog tissues which he showed under a telescope. Although he did not win an award that year, he was determined to try again next year and this time do a real science experiment. He wrote to Dr. Urquhart for suggestions. Experiments based on the ideas sent by Dr. Urquhart kept Richard busy throughout high school, and he won several prizes in county and international science fairs. Richard tried to find the cause of the viral disease which killed almost all the monarch caterpillars every few years. He did his experiment as a project for his 8th grade. Richard thought that the disease might be carried by a beetle. To prove whether or not this was the case, he tried to raise caterpillars in the presence of beetles. Although the experiment wasn't quite successful, Richard won an award for the project. However, he was wrong. Next year, his project for the science fair was testing the theory that viceroy butterflies copy monarchs. His project got the first prize in zoology division and third in country science fair. So, Richard's next major science fair project was with viceroy butterfly. He wanted to test the theory that viceroy butterflies copied monarch butterflies. According to the theory, monarch butterflies were not preferred by birds as a meal as they don't taste so good to the birds. Viceroy butterflies, on the contrary, tasted good and thus were preferred by the birds. The viceroy butterfly camouflage as monarch butterflies in order to avoid being bird feed. And Richard E. Bright wanted to prove whether or not this theory was right. He observed that a starling preferred monarch butterflies over normal bird feed. The project won the first prize in the zoology division and third overall in the county science fair. In his second year of high school, Richard E. Bright's research led to his discovery of an unknown insect hormone, which led to his new theory on the lives of cells. He tried to find the purpose of tiny golden spots on the back of monarch pupa. So, Richard E. Bright was in his second year in high school when he started his research on the purpose of the 12 tiny gold spots on a monarch pupa. His research led to his discovery of an unknown insect hormone. It also led to his new theory on the life of cells. As it was commonly assumed that the gold spots on the monarch pupa were ornamental, Richard and a friend of his built a device which proved that the spots produced a hormone necessary for the butterfly's full development. This project alone won Richard E. Bright several awards. It gave him the opportunity to work at the entomology lab of Walter Reed Army Institute of Research. However, he continued his research and experiments on the monarch pupa. As I have told you that this project won first place in the country science fair and a chance to work in Walter Reed Academy Institute of Research. As a high school student, he continued his advanced experiment and finally was able to identify hormones' chemical structure. When Richard E. Bright was in his senior year, he grew cells from a monarch's wing in a culture and showed that the cells would divide and develop into normal butterfly wing scales only if they received hormones from the gold spots. Eventually, through continued research and experimentation, Richard E. Bright was able to identify the hormone's chemical structure. Then, one day, while looking at the X-ray photos of the hormone, he got the idea of his new theory that tells cells can read the blueprints of its DNA. E. Bright and his roommate constructed the plastic model of a molecule to illustrate the working of DNA. So, during his junior year at Harvard University, while looking at X-ray photos of the chemical structure of a hormone, the idea of his new theory about cell life occurred to him. The photos Richard believed answered one of the biology's puzzles. The idea of the new theory was that DNA, a substance present in the nucleus of the cell, is the blueprint of life. And DNA controls heredity and determines the form and function of the cell. Richard and his colleague roommate James R. Wong later wrote a paper to explain the theory. And it was a big leap forward and got published in the magazine. He graduated from Harvard with the highest honors. And he stood second in his class of 1,510 students. And graduated from Harvard with highest honors. As I have told you, he continued doing experiments to test his theory at Harvard Medical School as a graduate student researcher. And if proved right, it could help understand the process of life. It could also lead to new ideas of preventing some types of cancer and other diseases. He has other interests also like public speaking, debate, and is also a canoeist and an outdoor person. Also, he was competitive but in good sense and always wanted to do his best. Moreover, he possesses all the traits of becoming a good scientist. So, Richard H. E. Bright has a first-rate mind, curiosity, and a will to win for the right reasons. These all qualities made him a true scientist. However, he was not just a scientist. He was an all-rounder. He was a good debater and a public speaker, a good canoeist, and all-round outdoors person. He was also an expert photographer, a student and a favorite student of his social study teacher, Mr. Richard A. Wheeler. According to Richard E. Bright, Richard E. Bright says that his teacher, Mr. Wheeler, was the best. He opened young Richard's mind to new ideas. Means who motivated him was his assist teacher. So let us see what do we conclude with the lesson, the making of scientist. The story teaches us that with perseverance, dedication and hard work, any dream is achievable. Means if we have the first state mind to do the thing, the willingness to do the things, then we can achieve any dream and we can make any dream come true. So I hope you all have understood the lesson very well. Read the lesson once again from the book and enjoy it. Thank you.